Hello everyone, today I'm going to inform you about cancer and cancer prevention. The estimated new cases of cancer diagnosed in Arkansas alone is 15,830 new cases. The deaths from cancer in Arkansas is as high as 6,760 deaths a year. And this is just in Arkansas alone. So can you imagine the number of deaths occurring from cancer each year in the United States as a whole? It's crazy to think about it like that, really. If you're anything like me, you've been affected by cancer. It might not have been you personally. It could have been a friend or a family member has been diagnosed or lost their life to cancer, and that has had an impact on your life as well. As a nurse, I see people killing themselves daily due to the lack of knowledge of cancer risk, unhealthy lifestyle choices, or just refusal to get checkups when they're feeling ill. Today, I'm going to inform you of ways Americans can reduce their risk of developing future cancer. First, I'm going to tell you about different cancer screenings offered to men and women. Second, I will tell you about avoidable environmental risk factors causing cancer. And then I will explain to you how inactivity and laziness is increasing the risk of developing cancer in Americans. So first, I'm going to tell you a couple different cancer screening methods offered to women and men. There are so many cases of undiagnosed cancer until it is too late just because of the lack of proper cancer screenings. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of ways women can get screened for cancer. Number one would be women ages 40 and up need to get mammograms done yearly to be diagnosed with breast cancer in the early stages. Another example would be pap smears need to be done 3 years after first sexual intercourse or by ages 21. This helps detect any abnormalities or STD exposures that could lead to future cervical, ovarian, or uterine cancers. Also, men need to be aware of screenings available to them. Digital rectal exams should be done on men ages 50 and up to detect or prevent prostate cancer. Number 2 would be, after puberty, boys should be taught how to self-examine themselves for signs of testicular cancer. Now that I have told you about several different screening methods for women and men, I'm going to inform you about environmental risk factors that could be completely avoidable that are causing people cancer. One can prevent future cancer just by steering clear of certain environmental risk factors. What people put into their bodies plays an important role on their health and well-being, especially when it comes to preventing cancer. People choose to smoke packs of cigarettes, ingest copious amounts of alcohol, and eat unnecessary amounts of junk food. I don't think people are aware that their daily habits and intake is causing them cancer. Also, what we allow our bodies to be exposed to environmentally can increase our risk of future cancer as well. Being around polluted air, being around too much sun exposure, radiation exposure, or around infectious illnesses that people are spreading because they aren't going to the doctor soon enough to get treated and spreading these to other people. So an example of the way to prevent these would be don't spray as many cans of hairspray, don't lay in a tanning bed, don't go in the room while a family member is getting an x-ray done, or just go to the doctor when you're feeling ill and get treated for that illness before you spread it to others. So now that I have told you about cancer screenings and ways to stay away from environmental risk factors, I'm going to inform you about the number one cause of cancer in Americans nowadays, and that is inactivity. Research has discovered that physical inactivity could be causing just as many cases of cancer as smoking, and that is crazy to think about. Any amount of physical activity is better than none. Most people say they don't like to go to the gym and lift weights. They have back problems or any type of mobility issues, but that is okay. I'm going to give you some examples of other ways to get active. You could walk to your mailbox instead of drive to your mailbox. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Go outside to play with your children when they go outside to play. Any sport or hobby you love that gets you up and on your feet is something that one needs to be doing. I think Americans are not aware that you don't have to be in the gym lifting weights to be considered an active person. It is proven that people who sit in front of the television for an average of 7 hours a day have a 50% greater chance of developing cancer. It might sound crazy, but one shouldn't spend more than an hour in front of a television a day. Like I said, any amount of physical activity is better than none. I'm going to give you one more example of a way that you could become more physically active and that people need to be informed of. For instance, at breakfast, go for a 10-minute walk. At lunch, go for a 10-minute walk. And then at dinner, go for your another 10-minute walk. And that is 30 minutes of activity a person would get credit for, and they have totally decreased their risk of developing cancer that day. Today, I have informed you of ways you can catch cancer in early stages and cancer preventions we can take every day. We talked about a couple proper cancer screenings for women and men, environmental risk factors we expose ourselves to and put into our bodies every single day, and how Americans are killing themselves by being lazy, inactive people. Now that you are informed of ways to screen and prevent against cancer, let's work together to decrease the number of cancer diagnosed in Arkansas. The number of cancer diagnosed in Arkansas is 15,830 new cases a year. So can you imagine how many of those cases could be preventable by us each year? Thank you.